Hallo.
In the English.
Hallo.
For reals! Come on! Make it. Fuck hell. Really? Bloopers. Now come on.
Hi! It's me in my hand doing the vlog.
And I can hide behind his hand.
My hand has a really,
In my vlog.
really high pitched
It's huge! Guys. Oh wow, this starts off fairly good. Welcome. Happy Sunday.
Hello.
We're back. We're fully dressed, we're awake. We had coffee, at least I had. This is my third cup, so I'm good. I've got the most charming husband ever. Wow. So this is the third cup, so I hope that English pronunciation will work out fine. Better than the last weeks. Not fine, but well enough. Let's put it this way, right? So, welcome to the newest episode of Talk O'Clock. It's Talk O'Clock.
That was really, really good English pronunciation. Talk o'clock. Hello.
I guess there's some place on this planet where people speak with this kind of accent, and you can fill in your guess of that accent pretty much in the comments right now. Make me laugh. Go ahead. We had a pretty... I have a hair somehow, somewhere in my face. Do I have a hair? Don't go with on my head.
Maybe.
Probably.
Oh.
Ah, gosh. So we had a very busy week. I actually... Yeah, well, other way around. Beep, 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 rewind. Usually the first thing, work-wise, on Sunday mornings that we do is this vlog. Today, no. I was already working on some other stuff, and we're not later in the day than we usually are. So I already voiced over tomorrow's watch-along video. So I was very productive and working already, and the video is actually processing right now. The
Yay!
files are rendering.
Yay!
Yay!
What files?
The video and audio files, they are rendering.
Are you allowed to talk about the content?
Oh yeah, it's my art...
Segway!
Segway! Nudge me with your knee slightly when you... slightly when you make a segue. Gosh!
Who said?
I think in a former life you were a troll or something. Not very gentle creature. Nudge!
Ah.
That's a slight tap. Like
Crush you with the knee.
No, I need them. Anyways, now... Gosh, it's... So I made the voiceover and now rendering of the files for tomorrow's videos, which are the Art Journal watch-along videos of the week. So I did the Art Journal page this week and I filmed it, and now I voiced it over, and it's gonna be published tomorrow. What I published today, earlier this morning, was the Art Journal vlog video, which I do once a month on the last day of the month. So it being the 31st of August today, of course I published that video, and you can see the page in there already that I'm going to put together in tomorrow's video. Doctor Who style, I know the future. Yeah. Also, I published this week on Friday one of my favorite artwork projects ever. But just because I did it for my niece. So the Pippi Longstocking chalkboard. So my sweet little niece, our sweet little niece, let's call her Emma.
Let's give her an arbitrary name. Let's call her Brutus. No, that's
a...
Let's call her Emma.
Emma's a good word.
That sounds like a
Yeah, it's a girl's name.
Codename Emma.
Codename Emma. So codename Emma is our 3-year-old niece. And she's one of a kind for sure, but also she likes to paint and draw. Whenever she sees a surface that she can draw on, like for example, on some of the playgrounds around our area, there are chalkboards, so kids could also draw there. That's the first thing she goes to, even before the swings usually, or if you don't have the chalkboards on the playgrounds, she goes to the swings first. Now it's with the chalkboards, she goes to the chalkboards. So my brother and sister-in-law were looking for a chalkboard for her room, and actually it was pretty difficult to find some thing that is mountable on a wall and does not stand in the room and you're tripping over it all the time, and that doesn't cost like 60 to 100 something euros, which is quite expensive for something made out of plastic with a chalkboard on. So them being super smart and clever said, you know, maybe Sarah can do something about it, and I did. I took actually the back panel of an old Billy IKEA shelf and made a chalkboard out of it with Pippi Longstocking, which is one of the favorite characters of Emma. And yeah, I know he's giggling already. And yeah, because code word Emma.
Work. Yeah.
And I finished it and published it this week, so you can have a look. Hop on over to the video, pause this one, then come back, promise. And I very much liked the outcome, and she will get it when they moved into their new house for her new room. That's her gift from us. Yeah, and I like it.
Yeah.
Did you watch? Yeah, you watched the video I saw.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I also had that as a child, but not as a
chalkboard.
Yeah, not as a real stand-up chalkboard, but as a what's the English word? Tapestry, tapete.
Tapestry.
So our entire floor in our flat when I was small had like one huge tapestry, huge for a 4-year-old tapestry. That was actually a chalkboard, which
Cool.
was pretty nice because we used that to sort of teach me how to write, how to calculate, and with it being in the center of everything, it's so easy and accessible, and I still very much, when I'm trying to explain to someone, prefer drawing something on, and I'm pretty sure that's sort of originating from that one. And I mean, that
I guess so.
that is also really nice, being able to draw something that is your size without ruining
Everything. Well,
furniture.
I didn't have a chalkboard. I drew on the walls, which was to the disliking of my cousin. I'm very sorry. Still, years and years later. But, yeah. I would have loved to have a chalkboard, but I usually, I like when I explain something to draw it out, but I use my hands just with the gestures a lot, and I paint it in the air, or I draw it in the air. Into thin air. I'm explaining things into thin air. Don't look at me like I'm some creature or monster. So yeah, that's what happened this week. Also some other, not painting, but more like planning for next week happened, and some knitting and crocheting happened. I made myself a slouch beanie for autumn, and I also completed another project that is kind of secret still for until the 7th. So I'm gonna say something about that in the vlog of the 7th of September, so next week. Did that, and it took me like 15 to 18 hours, 3 evenings. I did finish that other knitting project, and I'm gonna show you a couple of pictures. I took some photos, but only next Sunday. So I did that and was very happy with the outcome. And then I did shop some art supplies that I forgot on my huge haul that I'm also gonna show next Sunday.
Which was a terrible thing because we had to stop by the game store.
That too, yeah. But I did again forget something there when
Oh.
I was out with my mom on Friday. I had to go to the art supply shop again.
Oh,
it's like
I see.
3 times shopping this month in that art supply store because I'm just too stupid to remember everything that I need. It's like
Yeah, that's when
frozen brain.
when you try to remember stuff with your hands and not by writing it down on a chalkboard, for example.
Yeah, maybe I should have a chalkboard too. I was actually thinking about that because I got some of that lacquer orange left.
It's like-
Don't, Sarah, don't.
So you have a tablet computer.
Yeah, I do
You
have.
still want to note chalk little.
No, I don't want to because it's just. Anyways, I forgot it again. So I was art-wise shopping for a lot of stuff as well this month. So there will be a haul video of the first shopping spree next week, next Sunday. I promised. So yeah, that was that art-wise. It was a lot of stuff. I didn't have time to write anything, but I guess I will be able to do so in October because I'm pre-working a lot of stuff in September. So September will be, instead of 5 days a week working on art stuff, it's going to be 7 days a week. And I'm going to work on stuff for December and for October because in October we got the board game trade show here, and well, I gotta make room for that, right? And I also gotta make room for writing and doing some more work on your carpet. So every day of the week I at least have to finish like on average 1.5 projects a week. So. But I have the energy for that, which is cool. I'm itching. It's like, I so badly want to. If I wouldn't love what we're planned for tonight going out, I would say, well, you can order food for tonight. I'm going back up there working right now on different things. It's like, I so badly want to work on stuff.
As long
It's
as
killing me.
As long as you don't start knitting when we're sitting in
cinema? No,
in the cinema,
no. We're going to the movies tonight, but we come back to that in a couple of minutes. No, I can't. I still have to see my work. I can't do the theater. I can't do that. That would be awesome. Having like a little lamp.
Shoot some more! I can't see what I'm knitting here.
But you can't do that in a 3D movie. It's like, my artwork.
It is not free.
No, we're not. But imagine we would have chosen the 3D.
True.
Like glasses up and down. No. I want to enjoy tonight's movie. But do you want to go for the movies first and the other stuff and end with the gaming? It's a nice segue, shall we?
I guess the movie stuff is very simple. We are going to see Guardians of the Galaxy.
Finally!
And
We made it. We're going tonight.
Yeah, it started here on Thursday, so we're still within first weekend range, and we'll do that. We couldn't go yesterday because another
Segway number
we
15.
We went to
An open air
the
concert.
attempt at a concert by a friend, and I know you're watching, so.
He's behind. He will see it only once he's back from vacation. That's mean. That's so mean. I'm so sorry.
No, it was fun. I'm just holding.
It was good.
I'm just holding a grudge against him because it was raining cats and dogs.
Yes.
And,
but he's not the weather guy.
And he was the one saying, no, it's going to be dry. And unfortunately for me, he was right. Well, not exactly because it still kept a little bit raining, but it was mostly dry when they started.
We were pretty much not driving to the concert, but swimming. It was it was pouring down so hard that, and already getting frustrated. It's like, no, I don't want this. Why? And I'm gonna be so pissed. And I was, not in a good mood at all. And once we got there, it was still raining, but not as much. And I was still frustrated. And he was like, you're just yammering like all the way. Just get something to eat and it will dry up once we start playing. And he was goddamn right. The minute they started, it was like the heavens stopped just to change the focus from the rain to the band. And then once we drove back, it actually started slightly raining again.
Yeah, it's still were a couple of drops, which was nice in terms of they had a small laser show going on, and
that looked beautiful when the raindrops were lit up with the lasers. That was actually cool, and I filmed all of it, and they actually this time recorded the audio right away, so I'm not gonna have as much trouble with editing the video as with the last concert, because I just loaded all of the videos into my program, and the audio was a bit better because the audience did not disturb as much, but it was still not the best audio ever.
I mean the acoustics in an open air environment were way better than last time in that closed.
Yeah, but I guess that's with every sound that you do. In a closed room, it's not as good as an open air. So they played a couple of new songs, couple of them that we already knew, which was nice for me because I knew then where to hold the camera for which song to which band member to capture all of the gimmicks and fun that they did during the concert. So it was a lovely evening, and we were there with a couple of friends. So it was also nice to meet up there.
Yeah.
And all in all, it was just a good day. Before we went to the concert, we brought a couple of cardboard boxes to my brother's house, like 50 plus.
Yeah.
Because they are moving to a new house very soon, and we had some very good quality boxes left.
Finally getting some space in our cellar.
Yeah. So we just gave them to my brother so they don't have to buy some stuff. So we saw my parents for a short while, maybe like 30-45 minutes, and also my niece and nephew, and that was pretty good. Also, I did have a very good week, not being in my studio, but doing other stuff as well. My poor husband had to work in front of the computer and doing documentaries and stuff like not his favorite.
Documentation.
Just to be
clear, documentary would have been cool, but
that would be awesome. Should have do that. Oh well. Anyways, so he had to do that kind of work which he only likes so far. Well, sometimes you are okay with it because you can do other stuff besides it, like listening or doing calls and stuff, but sometimes you don't like it because it's just annoying after so many days of doing documentation, and I get it. I know where you're coming from. But while he was doing that, I went out on Thursday doing my duties as an aunt and watched my sweet little nephew Anton all day.
One.
Not this one.
It's written with an A.
It's written with an E. Yeah. So I watched him all day on Thursday with my mommy from very early in the morning all day. Because my brother and sister-in-law had to go kitchen shopping, and that usually takes quite a while, and it is fairly exhausting if you have a 1-year-old with you. So of course my mom and I said, okay, we're going to watch the little guy, and you can go ahead and go kitchen shopping with being a bit more relaxed. So my mom and I and my sweet little nephew Anton had quite a bit of fun. We did go for a walk and shopping in the supermarket, and I pushed him on the Barbie car for quite a bit. So I enjoyed Thursday a lot, and I also enjoyed, but on a different kind of level, Friday. Because on Friday I was out with my mom to go to a farm nearby where there's a huge forest, and we did just go for a different kind of haul. So I wanted to have some berries and some leaves to do some artwork with, and they are currently drying in my studio upstairs. So I got some bark also, which looks beautiful, and I'm gonna show you in a couple of days. I'm gonna show the video about a centerpiece for a table for autumn with things that you can find only in a forest, so you don't have to buy anything. So it's like $0 or euros, and you can do something with it.
Sucks to be you if you're living in the Caribbean and don't have a forest nearby.
They
For
do
everybody else.
They do have, well, palm trees also have a bark. So they can...
Dogs also.
Dogs also, but we're not going to put that as a centerpiece on our table. So I had a lot of fun. We found some mushrooms, which my mom made as dinner the same day. So we're trained to go for mushrooms. We know which ones are poisonous and which ones are good to eat. So don't worry. And on that farm there was also... like a tiny store for all the vegetables and the meats that they produce on their own. So we bought some of that, did some pumpkin buying, and some homemade wine like Federweiser. It's like a spritzer wine that is...
I don't...
You drink it with onion Flammkuchen. That's actually traditional for Eastern French parts and Belgian parts. It's like a
pizza,
but thinner with onions and
yeah,
bacon and cream fresh, like sour cream thing, and you drink a Federweiser with it in autumn. That's traditional, and they made that.
Federweiser is almost like a lemon juice, a little bit sparkly.
I would say white wine spritzer. It's very close to white wine spritzer.
If someone doesn't know what that is.
It's white wine mixed with sparkly water or like a lemony water.
But it tastes way more like...
It's sweeter yes,
like lemon juice.
Yes.
So,
and the one that we had was actually quite dry. It was not as sweet as Federweiser usually is, because I don't like the totally sweet things. I'm not very fond of that. So, but we did that. I got him some salami.
Salami.
Is it the same word? So, okay. Made out of...
Bambi?
Venison. Yes. Venison, and it was...
Bambi lami.
Bambi lami, yeah. Venison salami, and it was awesome. Very yummy. I liked it a lot.
Had a very strong taste, which fit in with the salad really nice.
Yeah. We made some Wirsing.
Yeah.
So I got some cabbage and some
Lots
apples.
Lots of weird German vegetables, drinks.
Yeah, and they're all from that farm, so I did that shopping there. So we're having quite autumny food the next 3 days. And like I said, I also was in the forest, did some collecting of berries and heather and certain leaves and bark and whatnot. So my mom was with me, and she enjoyed it very much. She was the first time in that particular location. I was there second or third time I was there with Lucas already. He showed me that place actually. So it's like 45 minutes by car away from us, which is fairly close. And we just enjoyed a mommy-daughter day that day, and I went home with her afterwards, and we had some coffee and chatted a bit and did look up some knitting stuff and just things that she and I enjoy a lot, where she can have an outlet for her inspiration and artistic stuff and give it to me to do something with it, so like ideas or inspirations and stuff like that. And she enjoyed it very much. So did I. So we had a perfect day from 10 in the morning till 6:30 in the evening. So time flew there like a lot. Anyways, I had a good day. Did I do something else? No.
Yeah, we didn't have a game night
No,
this weekend
because we had the concert night.
but we had a game night last weekend with my parents,
Yeah.
which was fun
Yeah,
because
very
they
much so.
hadn't. We played Ghost Stories and what else did we? Mice and Mystics.
Mice and Mystic, yeah.
They both hadn't played any of it. I think Ghost Stories was a bigger hit, so to speak, with them than Mice and Mystics, because Mice and Mystics is fairly involved with all the story stuff.
Yeah. I think if they would have the possibility to play through the whole chapters like in a reasonable amount of time, like once a week maybe, they would like it more.
Yeah.
But we don't have the possibility
I
to
think
do that.
they were more interested in getting the story and then the actual gameplay. So and with Ghost Stories, that's sort of that was very, very close. I think the game.
Yeah, that was woo. Your dad rolled really well on Ghost Stories. He played my favorite color, green, and he was really good with the dice.
Yeah.
I like that. He was just as bad with the dice, rolling well for the enemies in Mice and Mystic. So
True.
him and I, we were not allowed to roll for the enemies anymore because we were just too good for the enemies, not for us. But I think they enjoyed the time and...
But my mom sort of requested next time that we play Zombicide again, which
she loved it.
So we will give that a chance. And maybe one of the games we got when we went to the games shop while you got the craft
to the
and
Highlander shop.
So-
Because I forgot stuff.
And just being there,
It's a local store here
looking
that we
at
like.
stuff they had. I just decided, hey, let's pick up two of games, which I was thinking about.
We were thinking
more than
about,
once
yeah.
beforehand, and just said, oh, let's give them a try.
Do it now because in October, so fairly close to our current date, the Spiel, the board game trade show in Estrup, which is very, very close to our home, will start. So we have a list for all the games that we want to have a look at and or buy on that show. So there's not a lot right now that we like.
Publish that
games.
list later on.
It's like 16 in the items so far.
And it's just things that I thought were interesting to at least take a look at. There's some things I want to pick up regardless. There's an XCOM board game coming out that's looking amazingly good.
The Pathfinder game
I'm
you want.
really interested in. Yeah, the Pathfinder game, sort of due to our group really liking Sentinels as a co-op experience, but also liking deck building and also liking that character progression. I'm actually a little bit more excited about the Shadowrun Crossfire game, which is very similar in mechanics as I've been told, but plays in the Shadowrun world, and you may have noticed that I have some t-shirts with the logo on. That's simply because we used to play Shadowrun as a pen and paper game in the past.
You know what I just thought about? We should make a haul video from the games that we
could
buy
do that.
at Spiel. So coming back to and not having this video too long because I gotta at least load it into my program before we go to the cinema.
Yeah.
There's not a lot in stores right now game-wise that we want because there's so many things coming out and we already have very many games. Aside from any X-Wing games.
No, actually, we now have everything that is available, at least here from X-Wing. But there's still a couple of games I wouldn't mind to give a try. But the day.
Did you have any in the store that we did not buy that you were actually thinking about taking?
The ones that we bought were you mean
Netrunner?
board games?
Board games. We had Netrunner, Lord of the Rings, and
I'd be cautiously interested in Mage Wars.
Did they have it?
Yeah, they.
I didn't see it.
I'd be interested in maybe giving Mage Knight a try. That looks so difficult to get into, but
I would ask Joe first because he
Yeah.
took it from Spiel last time.
Joe is posting once a week a screenshot of his score, so I already know what he's going to say.
Okay, good.
He's
okay.
like, yeah, well,
It's okay. Maybe
enthusiasm drips through his Facebook account.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe Santa will be nice to you. Who knows? Anyways, so
we still have avoided telling you what we actually bought, so I'm
I
going to cut in
said-
here.
I said it.
Say-
Lord of the Rings, the board game, the card game. Quicks. We also bought some Netrunner expansion, but we didn't play that yet.
The Honor and Profit expansion.
Yes, and we bought some stuff for X-Wing.
Yeah.
That's what we bought. But we're not gonna talk about Netrunner this week because we haven't played it yet. We don't talk about X-Wing yet because we haven't played it. We're not gonna talk about Lord of the Rings, the card game, yet because we only played it once. I need...
That's pretty nice.
Yes. It's looking good. It's looking very good. But I want to have one more round, another scenario to have a more, decent or more grounded opinion of the game. So far, it's... I can't say enough
Yeah. So
strategic or technical things about it yet. It's
my one sentence first impression would be
it
is almost
yeah.
It feels like a crossover out of Sentinels in terms of cooperative against a single villain environment kind of thing, mixed with a little bit of magic, or more closely a little bit of the Star Wars LCG from Fantasy Flight, which isn't really too surprising with that.
Because it's the same company that published it.
But it's more complicated in mechanics, I'd say, than Sentinels. There's a lot more planning going on, and there may or may not have been dwarves thrown in our first play by elves. We will find out.
We're gonna talk about that, promised. But we played 3 rounds of was another of those what we call dinner games that are fairly short, that are fairly simple, and that you can play easily after dinner for a round or two before you go on with whatever you want to do. So we played Quicks this week, which I personally liked a lot because I won all 3 rounds, of course. But I like the mechanics of it. It's so simple, and still the replayability is so high because it's a dice rolling game. Yeah. So chances are that every game is different.
It's in the same difficulty as Yahtzee is, and it's really quick to play. So I like that. So essentially, you're rolling a couple of dice. Some are colored, some are not colored, and you use those to fill out rows of numbers going from 2 to 12 or from 12 to 2. And you essentially, if you cross out a number that you've rolled, you're not allowed to either cross out everything on the left side of that number on your little sheet that you use to cross out. So if you cross out, let's say, a 5 on one of the top rows that go from 2 to 12, you're not allowed to cross out 2, 3, and 4 anymore. But you're still allowed to make the next cross at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on going on. At the end, the player, you could say essentially the player with the most crosses wins the game.
Yeah. And the most crosses in a row is also something
and it becomes a little bit of a race, because it could be that in mid-game you're in the lead with crosses, so you want to push forward to end the game early by closing off certain lines, or you may want to prevent enemies from getting more points by sort of completing lines, and then nobody's able to complete any more or put any more crosses in there. It's a neat game. It may sound terribly more complicated than it actually is, because it's not. Essentially you're rolling dice, and you can cross out up to 2 numbers. If you don't cross out any number and you're the one who rolled, then you have to make a cross on a fail counter, and if that goes up to 4, the game also ends immediately. And while you're rolling, and that's a really nice thing because it keeps other people with doing something, they get to cross out something as well if they want to. So everybody still has to pay attention to what you're rolling, because it might be that you roll something that they can cross out, and that helps them.
Yeah, but they are not allowed to use the colored dice, those numbers to cross out. Everybody that is just waiting for somebody else to make their turn, but only with the 2 white dice. That number that comes up there, you can cross that number out of any of your rows if you are not the active player that round. And that actually, one game, I seem to favor green. The green dice seem to help me in that game. So I had in one game, a round that we played, I had 7, mark that number, that's pretty high. 7 crosses next to each other in the green row, and I only did not cross out 1 green number. All of the others were crossed out. I managed to do so, and like...
Then you would have had 11.
Yeah, I had 11 on that, like in total, but I had...
no, 10. Or was it?
No,
yeah,
from 12
with the
to
extra
2.
one.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. And like at least 40% of that row I did not cross out on my turn, but on your turn. So your white dice rolled well for me in the green row. Actually, it was amazing.
I'd be interested. I guess we will pick that one up as a simple game next time when going to see my parents. So that would be a good combination. Zombie side with a bigger game, and
I want to see how it goes with 4 people.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
If it makes it even quicker or slows
Quickser?
it down. Quickser, huh? Or if it makes it slower. I'm quite interested in that.
Yeah.
So that actually ends our vlog.
Yeah,
We're
because
done.
we need to go to see the movie.
And have a currywurst beforehand, because we go to Bochum and they have the most...
Approaching currywurst situation.
Yes, they have a very, very famous and very good currywurst company in Bochum, and it's actually next to the cinema. So him and I, we're gonna have our breakfast, paleo, with a currywurst. I'm really looking forward to that.
So, goodbye. We are going to see the
We're gonna go
currywurst.
now, and thanks very much for watching. If you have any questions, let us know. If you wanna, I don't know, just leave a comment. That's highly appreciated as well, and we're gonna see you.
You need to train that YouTube mantra. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, go.
There, it's there, right? Is it there?
Yeah.
See, there is a button.
There's a thumbs up.
Looking like
It
that.
depends on if you're on mobile or not. So somewhere, find the thumb up.
Somewhere down,
Do it.
Somewhere
Do
down
it.
here. That's now really awkward. But
No, just enjoy your week. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, that's highly appreciated. Otherwise, I'm gonna see you in like 24 hours when I publish my next video. We are going to see you next week with a ton of new stories and videos coming up. Enjoy, take good care, go create, go play games. See you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. No, mine is first. Mine. Ah!